Welcome to the Nathan Markley Show. And now your host, Nathan Markley.
Well, hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Nathan Markley Show. This episode of the Nathan Markley Show was recorded live on WQRI 88.3 FM on Sunday, February 12th, 2017. You can listen to the Nathan Markley Show live on WQRI 88.3 FM every Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the show. So, I forgot to hit record when I first went live during the show. On the radio station. So I'm going to do the intro over again. You guys are listening to the Nathan Markley Show. This was live on WQRI, as I mentioned earlier, a few seconds ago. And I just want to say, for all those who don't know, I go live on the radio station every Sunday. And you can either listen to it on the website, WQRI 88.3 FM. There's a link in the show notes. Or you can listen to it on my website, thenathanmarkleyshow.com. There's a live stream that it's either YouTube or Facebook Live, depending on the weekend. Today was Facebook Live. I realized there was a little trouble with Facebook Live. We might switch back to YouTube Live next week. So always go to thenathanmarkleyshow.com website to get that most recent link. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates, and you can know what's going on. If you do listen to the show, you can call in while I'm on air at 401-254-3800. That's 254-3800, and I can take your questions. We can do request line. If you have any questions at help desk or whatever it is. And the first hour I record, which is pretty much tech news, and that comes on to this website, this podcast, as an archive, so you can guys go back and listen to it. If you can't listen to the show live, you have a chance to listen to it and see what I talked about on Sunday. Right now, it's this week's episode of the podcast. Eventually, I'll do 2 episodes. So the live version, when I record from the radio station, and then a pre-record when I record this like a regular episode before I went onto the radio station, as you remember. And let's see. Of course, I want to thank you all for listening. And let's just get right into the show. So enjoy, and I will see you or talk to you all next week on WQRI. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And you can watch the live stream. And because you watch the live stream, you can interact with the comments and see the background and all that stuff. I'm going to take commercial breaks. And yeah, so enjoy the show. I can't believe it. So I'm doing something a little different today. Normally I live stream on YouTube, but today I decided I'm going to go live on Facebook. Because one thing, I think I have a bigger community and fan base on Facebook for some reason. Go figure, right? Facebook's one of the biggest social media networks out there. And them doing live videos, awesome. But YouTube, for why I was using YouTube, because YouTube's a big YouTube, like, live stream partner, or person, site, whatever. But I'm using Facebook Live. I'm using a software called OBS, Open Broadcast Studio, which is free for Mac and Windows, that you can stream directly to Facebook, and you can stream to YouTube, Twitch, whatever. So I'm using Facebook, and I can go in and transition to different slides or webcam. I can show my screen. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty nice. But I can also record right on OBS, and I forgot to start the recording before the show, which means I have to do an intro after the fact. Oh well, whatever. I can't believe I did that. Last week I did that too. So you can go on my the Nathan Markley Show website and watch the live stream there, or you'll follow me on Facebook. There's a link. Oh, actually, no, the link comes right up. The first thing you see, the first post is the live stream, and you can interact with me through the comments on Facebook. I'll see the Facebook comments there, so I will get it on. And I have like a lot of subscribers or followers, likes, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so if you want to watch the live stream, however, you will only get my side of me talking. I can't get the the speakers, not the speakers, whatever goes into the system, like if someone calls in, that does not go into the live stream. I don't. There's no way I can. I don't actually. I really don't know how to connect it in. I'm looking at the board here, soundboard, and I don't know how to get it from the soundboard to the computer. I would need like another device or something. There has to be a way. I'll figure it out. Eventually, I would get it so everything you hear on the radio will go through the live stream. But anyways, how are you doing? So what I was talking about is it's either housekeeping and stuff. Looks like it's student exception night or day acceptance. I guess people who applied to Roger Williams got accepted could come and visit school. So welcome to all new potential students. And if you are driving in the snow, be careful. Or if you're walking on campus, be careful. However, I do want to read this alert that I got an email from Roger Williams, which is right after the show. I can't stick around Roger Williams campus because there's a parking ban, and according to this email, only on-campus residents can park overnight. But the email I'm going to read, just in case any of you didn't get the text message or email or phone call or Roger Williams students, I will read it to you right now. Okay, so it's an RW alert. Roger Williams University is now operated at campus operating level 2. All operations normal, emergency planning in progress. In preparation for the expected storm, the Department of Public Safety, I know we have a public safety, I guess that's security and stuff, right? Has issued an extended winter parking ban beginning at 5 p.m. Sunday for the Bristol campus until further notice. Students, as outlined in the student handbook, only on-campus residents, Allen's permit required, will be authorized to park overnight. On-campus residents with Allen's permits should relocate vehicles to Lot A, near parking garage, or where permitted on the first 2 levels of the parking garage. Do not park on the 3rd level of the parking garage. Well, that's obvious. I mean, if you're parking on the 3rd level, that's open, and you have to like snow and stuff. We don't think you guys want to clean off your snow. Park in the parking garage, so you're covered. You don't have to worry about wiping the snow off the next day. If those areas are filled, then parking in authorized in C lot near Bayside and located off North Campus Road. In addition to north side on lot 8, turn right when you enter. On Lower Ferry Road may be used until Monday morning when it must be cleared of plowing. If you choose to park there during the storm, be prepared to move your vehicle Monday morning or it may be towed. To facilitate snow removal, bicycles should not be secured to any fixtures adjacent to the sidewalks. Bicycles that are still there, bicycles that are there, stolen snowmobile will be removed and relocated to the parking garage. Replacing locks that have to be cut off will be responsibility of the student. Any vehicles not relocated to the approval lots may be towed and charges will be associated to the student. Any employees may be at work during the extended winter parking ban hours should also plan to park in Lot A or the parking garage. Thank you, University Emergency Response Team. Alright, so that's the email. For those of you who did not get that or did not check your email or your text messages or your phone call, because Roger Williams sends those 3 out, which is really good. Actually, I'm actually glad that all campuses are now sending texts, phone calls, and emails. Those 3 ways to contact people during emergency situations or just get on-campus news that they need to get it. In progress. Excuse me. Yeah, so enough of that. And I'll keep an eye on the weather throughout the 2 to 4 p.m. Welcome to WQRI 88.3. This is the Nathan Markley Show. I'm Nathan Markley, and let's get to some tech news, shall we? So I have a little bit of tech news to talk about, not too much. If you guys do, if you have any questions about technology stuff, I talk about, you can leave them in the comments of the live stream, or tweet me at Markley Show, or you can call ahead on the radio show at 401-254-3800, and we can talk about technology or have any help desk questions. All right. Speaking of smartwatches, which I mentioned my gear, Android Wear 2.0 released this Friday, and this is a big release. This is Android Wear 2.0 is like a long-awaited release, and is much appreciated by Google. It's supposed to be faster and easier to use. I'm gonna move this here. Scroll down, and Engadget stage. Wow, Android Wear came out back 2014. Yeah, that's definitely appreciated. And back in 2014, we had Pebble and Samsung, the original Samsung OS before the Gear S2, the one I have. That's pretty amazing. But yeah, all right. So what is new with Android Wear? Well, Google, however, aimed to kick the door wide open with the same approach it had taken with phones. Instead of making both the watch and software, it will court different hardware manufacturers, cultivating a diverse set of designs along with a robust third-party app ecosystem. 3 years later, the bet seems to have paid off, although it's had a fight off tough competition for the Apple Watch. Android Wear has survived, and according to Google, thrived. If you compare the holiday season of 2016, the holiday season the year before, we saw more than 70% growth. Okay, I'm not gonna read all that. You guys give me this tech news. So on February 10th, the Walmart to compile building existing hardware in the coming weeks. So right now, the newly announced LG Watch Style and Watch Sport is Android 2.0. All right. So what's new? Let's see. What does Engadget have to say what's new? Well, I'm looking at the screenshots, and it's pretty amazing. They definitely redesigned the watch face, and that's pretty nice. With 2.0, Engadget really likes the hard look at what people are using for their watches. Oh, my mistake. I read that wrong. Wow. Google states with 2.0, they looked at what people were using the watches for, and they saw usage really focused on watch faces, messaging, and fitness. The three, yeah, I can see that. A lot of people want to use a smart watch for fitness. Fitness trackers are big for wearable devices. I know that, especially for me. I like to know what I'm doing. It's just really easy to look at your watch. Right here, I can see the total steps. That's not right. I did not walk 1,973 steps. I don't know. But Google improved a lot of other aspects of the Wear as well, including the user interface, navigation, and notifications. So you can swap in whatever face you like, either by selecting it on the companion with Android Wear phone app or by adding it directly on the watch. That's nice. But with Wear 1.0, there was often a trade-off. You could either choose the stylish but modern design, or a complex but informative one. With 2.0, however, you can have the best of both worlds. That's because any watch face, as long as it supports applications, can now be customized with data from any app. That's pretty cool. Swapping out any complication is as easy as long pressing it and then picking a replacement, which can be anything from calories burned to the app shortcut. That's pretty cool. The navigation, yeah, the navigation was pretty good. By looking at the screenshots here, but Engadget, they give you a more Look, like it's all on the wall with the icons, and you just have to plus that side button, get the app menu, and navigate it through either through touching the screen or rotating the crown, the rotating crown on the side. Which actually I kind of like on the watch. I don't like. That kind of looks better than the Samsung with just the buttons. However, there's only one button on the Android Wear. On the Samsung, you have two buttons, but I kind of like how um, Google has. I think the iOS watch is like that, right? Is the Apple Watch just like that? I think so too. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Notifications have changed drastically as well. Instead of glaring white cards that take up the bottom half of the screen, there are now subtailored. Oh, my mistake. There are notification icons. Also, the notifications themselves are now color coded and context contextual. So Gmail notifications have a red background, for example, while Hangouts are green. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can extremely what notifications what without actually reading it. They only appear when you bring the words up to your eye line a few seconds later. The watch face resurfaces again. If you like, you can access all of the recent notifications by swiping up the main screen. The watch overall UI is also much darker. It's not only easier on the eyes, but it's also easier on battery life as well. That's nice. Battery life is pretty cool. Oh yeah, Smart Reply. Smart Reply is a new thing in Android 2.0, which is Google's machine learning. So you will see a list of what it thinks your reply will be depending on the context of the message, much like the future in the summary inbox. You guys know Google created a new email system called Inbox by Gmail, and in that they have Smart Reply, and I've used it a couple times. I went back to Gmail though because I missed the labels and the stuff you can do in Gmail. I guess you could do the same thing in Inbox, but I feel like Gmail is more organized, better for me. Um, Smart replies should be able to offer smarter and better responses over time as it learns more about you. That's pretty cool. Wow. Speaking of machine learning, Android 2.0 also brings Google's Assistant to the watch by saying, "Okay, Google," along press the power button, and you can ask all sorts of queries like, "Okay, Google, how did the Warriors do against the Cavaliers?" Or, "Okay, Google, how many tablespoons are in there in the cup? How many tablespoons are there in the cup?" Or, "Okay, Google, is it going to rain today?" I did that to you guys. Your phones and tablets and you have Google Home must be going crazy. uh, you can also connect devices like the Nest thermostat or Philips Hue lights or services like Uber and OpenTable. Now, onto fitness. Android Wear 2.0 has Google's pre-installed Fit app, which, as before, but experience is much improved. So you can see your calories, you can see pace, distance as you walk out. Also, this is pretty cool. Google Fit, they kind of redefined Google Fit to be more suited for indoor workouts. And so if you're on a treadmill or a stationary bike, it will track your workout accordingly. So they kind of make sure Google Fit is better for um this. They kind of redefine Google Fit because I know if I move my arm on the Samsung in a certain way, it actually counts steps. So that's pretty cool. Also, I don't know how this is gonna work, but apparently for strength training, if you're lifting weights, it can count your reps when you're lifting weightlifting, or count through push-ups and sit-ups. Which I'm not really sure how that works, but that's pretty cool. If it works really well, I mean, you have to like the programmer has to know from weightlifting versus non-weightlifting. Unless you selected a program, you have to go ahead before and say I'm weightlifting, and then it triggers. So except the motion detectors. So yeah, the watch actually recognize that you're doing it. There's no cheating. Huh. So I guess it does. There's also a special treat if your Android watch has LTE, which has built-in internet, as you know. Like my Samsung has LTE on it. With Wear 2.0, you will finally be able to stream music to the watch without having to download the songs for us. That is pretty awesome. The default option will be a Google Play Music, of course, but Spotify will be capable soon as well. You will probably want to use Bluetooth headphones to listen to your tunes, unless you want to blast a playlist to the world around you as you want it. Depends where I am. And looks like of course, you can use Android Pay finally, and 2.0, and it works with NFC, of course, because if it uses Android Pay, you have to use NFC to just tap and pay. What else? What else? What else? App Store model. Before the only load apps. So pretty much Google added a whole lot to the new Android software, Android Wear 2.0 software, as I say, and it is pretty cool. Messaging and fitness features are welcome as well. I'm just continue reading, but it making it the toughest contender against the Apple Watch yet. Yeah, I still think the Android Wear any smartwatch is better than Apple Watch, just by the price alone. No reason for the Apple Watch to be that much money. There really isn't. Um, yeah. All right. So, how's my live stream going? I have to keep checking the live stream to make sure it's working really well. Yeah, it's going real good. Okay. Uh. All right. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, you know what? Think I think Spotify did something. Um. It's supposed to be up here. Where is it? Spotify, according to Engadget, is going to return Prince music. You don't have to be entitled to subscribe to stream the artist's catalog anymore. So Prince removed his music from every streaming service except Tidal. I don't know what is Tidal. Tidal. I don't know what that is. In January 2015. But the artist's catalog returns this Sunday. Spotify and iHeartRadio have confirmed the return of works like 1999, Purple Rain, and Diamonds and Pearls. You can see all the albums of Spotify were off right here. I'm reading from the article. Yeah, I don't want to see. Okay, it took me to the page. um, so that's pretty cool. So as you know, Prince died. When did he die? When did Prince die? Was it? It was recently, right? Oh, April 21st, 2016. So you guys know who Prince is, right? Of course, he did Purple Rain and all that stuff. So yeah, so you can listen to Prince music on Spotify now. The late artist estate signed a deal with Universal Music Group and its mostly just a brand management company on all things licensing. This move was said to include streaming following reports around a lawsuit over exclusively with Tidal and Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Even after Prince's music could only be streamed via Tidal, the artist shall release new material on other services. Okay? Maybe new material on other services. He's dead. Did he make new songs and not release them? He made a new single, Steer, available on Spotify just weeks after handing Jay-Z's streaming library exclusive access to his work. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Back in only January. Oh, okay. Shortly before the deal with Universal in January, Bloomberg reported that Prince Estate has looking to lock in streaming rights ahead of the Grammy Awards on February 12th. Wait, the Grammy Awards are today? No. Are they today? Ah! The Grammy Awards are today. At 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8 p.m. odd time, Eastern time. Oh, man. I guess I have to watch that, too. What else? Where was it? During the annual showcase of music, the festivals are rumored to include tribute to the artist. Oh, it's a good thing I'm reading this article. Why is this happening now after Prince worked so hard to keep music off more services? Following his death last year, a judge ruled that artists' estate should be monetized quickly to cover any pending state and federal taxes. Okay. Prince didn't have a will when he died either, which makes handling his property even messier. Of course, an estimate to be worth anywhere from $100 to $300 million. Huh. Alright, let's see if we can play some Prince songs. I can spell his name right in Spotify. I don't see it, Spotify. Hold on. It's Spotify. Spotify. And not listen to it? What's going on here? Oh, something's playing. Is this him? I typed in Prince, but I got something else. Oh, that is him. I don't want that Prince song. I want the other one. There's only one song that comes up. Oh, here we go. There we go. Alright. This is a song that you all know. We're back after the song. Wow! I did not know that song was him. Okay. If you're watching a live stream, you're like, wow, Nathan's dancing. Yeah, that's a good song actually. Yeah, so since Prince is I can't hear myself in these headphones. Hold on a second. Since Prince is well, Prince is now this Prince on Spotify, I figured we'll play that song. So yeah. So if you're on Spotify, you can listen to Prince. But yeah, guys, we have to take a short break for some news and ads, and we'll be back afterwards. In the meantime, be safe in the snow. And don't forget, you're listening to the Nathan Markley Show on WQRI 88.3 FM.
Takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to, are you? Kids, work, listening to the radio. You're busy, which is great because busy people can't get prediabetes. Oh my, I read that wrong. They can. Should have worn my glasses. So visit doihaveprediabetes.org and take a short test, because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes.
But people just like you are already saving money. Feedthepig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to ditch the car and start rollerblading to work.
I look ridiculous.
You look ridiculous!
You don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your organs on the...
Snowblind by 6.
You don't need to rent out your apartment to drifters.
I made a fire with the wood in your bedroom.
That's my dresser!
And your closet door.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Woo! Let's get crazy!
In movies, when someone at a party jumps into a pool fully dressed, everyone cheers them on and jumps in too. Just so you know, in real-life parties, nobody jumps in after you. You just look stupid.
Come on, jump in! Come on!
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Well, guys, so we're back, and you're listening to the Nathan Markley Show on WQRI 88.3 FM. And we have a few minutes left this hour, and then we're going to go right towards listen to music. We're going to listen to more Prince music, and some other, I got some requests to play. But I want to talk about this I just saw online really quick. It's a dwarf star 200 light years away, contains life building blocks. I'm big in astronomy, and I thought this is pretty cool in our solar system. Actually, if you go to my website, my personal website, nathanmarkley.net, and click on the store, you can see two pictures I took from space. I went to a camp, a telescope thing. And so I took that picture, but you can actually buy that picture. But anyways, scientists believe that Earth was dry when it was first formed, and that the building blocks of life on our planet, carbon, nitrogen, and water, as you know, appeared only later as a result of a collision of other objects in our solar system. So, as of, when was this, February 9th, the UCLA-led team of scientists reports that it has discovered the existence of white dwarf star, whose atmosphere is rich in carbon and nitrogen, as well as oxygen and hydrogen, the components of water. This is pretty cool. The white dwarf is approximately 200 light years from Earth and is located in the constellation Bartos. I don't know what that is. Some constellation. So the UCL professor of astronomy said the study presents evidence of the planetary system associated with the white dwarf, contains materials that are basic building blocks for life. And although the study focused on this particular star, known as WD 1425 plus 540, the fact that this planetary system shares characteristics with our solar system strongly suggests that other planetary systems would also. So that's pretty cool. That there's a star that has the same building blocks that we can live on. I know they're looking at Mars to live on, and Elon Musk wants to pretty much nuke, I think it is, or pretty much make Mars livable. He has like a plan to make Mars livable, which is pretty interesting. All right, where was I? So let's see. Yeah, so the resources think these efforts occurred relatively recently, perhaps in the past 100,000 years or so, said Edward Young, co-author of the study of the UCL professor of geochemistry and cosmochemistry. Why do they have to pick big names of this? The estimate that approximately 30% of the minor planet's mass was water. Okay, yeah. So I'll leave this article in the show notes if you want to continue reading it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I figured I will announce it to you all and talk about it. It's pretty cool. So with that said, it is 3:02 p.m. and we have reached the point where hour one of the Nathan Markley Show is an end. I want to thank you all for listening to hour one, and stay tuned for hour two. Of course, you're listening to WQRI 88.3 FM on Roger Williams University Radio in Bristol, Rhode Island. I'm Nathan Markley, Rhode Island's Tech Geek. And, of course, you can watch the live stream on my Facebook page, facebook.com/The Nathan Markley Show. And don't forget, you can check out the NathanMarkleyShow.com website for show notes, links to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to the podcast, watch the live stream on my website, and previous episodes, and all the show notes I talked about. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, guys, that would do it for this episode of the Nathan Markley Show. I want to thank you all for listening. And also, I didn't play the Prince music because of copyright issues, but I did realize when I was playing one of his songs, I don't remember the song right now on top of my head, that I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was his song, so I was dancing to it because it's a really good song. So if you watched the live stream, you saw me dancing, and you guys probably thought it was funny. You guys should, actually, if you go on my Facebook page, facebook.com/The Nathan Markley Show, you can watch the live stream again. I left it up there for you guys to watch, so that's awesome. Again, you can listen to this show on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, or even our website, thenathanmarkleyshow.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Nathan Markley Show. Follow the show on Twitter, twitter.com/Markley Show. Please do me a favor and leave me a rating, a review, and subscribe on iTunes. Thanks to Steve Wolf from CreateMyPodcast.com for creating our intro. For everything I talked about during the show, again, the links will be in the show notes on the website. And as always, you guys can listen to the show on WQRI 88.3 FM every Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and watch the live stream if you want to interact with me and use the comments and see the behind the scenes too. So that's pretty awesome. Again, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. Until next week, peace, good night, don't the bedbugs bite. This is the Nathan Markley Show with Rhode Island's Tech Geek, Nathan Markley. Bye, guys.